What's up, online shoppers? I just got this really awesome TOSY Flying Disc. There are a couple different variations of the TOSY disc. This one here is the 36 LED, and you can pick between 3 colors. They have red, they have green, and then they have blue. Now the blue one is the one I picked because blue is the color at my house. I have mostly boys. Blue's my favorite color. Let's open it up and see what it can do. Inside of the box, you get the instruction manual and the disc right here. Now, as I said before, it comes in 3 different colors. It comes in blue, red, and green, and the graphics on the outside are reflective of the color of lights that you're going to see primarily out here. This has 36 super bright LED lights all the way around the exterior, and if I hold this up for you, you see this kind of a clear edge on here. That is where the LEDs are. This disc is going to hold a 30-minute charge, which means that you're going to get 30 minutes of bright light flying disc fun. To be clear, 30 minutes isn't straight light time. It means 30 minutes of total flying time. So when you move it, that's when you're going to see the outside edge of the flying disc light up. As well, the manufacturer says that this disc is going to last for a 90-minute ultimate game without needing a recharge. Now, as far as charging goes, here is the USB-C cord that you are given. It's a double-ended USB-C. So you just have to pull this little tab back right here, put your USB-C charger plug in there, and then plug this end here into a block to charge it. It takes about 2 hours to fully charge. A couple other things to keep in mind here. Now, the company puts a Try Me mode onto the disc so that it ships really easily and prevents the wear and tear on the disc. Try Me mode is automatically overridden the first time you select a mode on the back and throw it at least 15 meters. Until that time, if you don't throw it 15 meters, it's still going to be in Try Me mode, and you'll have to go back and reset it to the settings that you actually want the disc to be in. One other thing to say as well, when you are storing the disc, it's a great idea to leave it stored flat on a surface so that the disc doesn't get warped in any way, shape, or form. You wouldn't want to leave it on something where it actually got bent. And as well, as far as how to store it, it is going to shut off, but it's even better to make sure that you select no light as the storage option for when you put it away after you intend not to use it for very much time. Also, it weighs 175 grams, which does meet the specifications for professional ultimate standards. Now, if you don't know what ultimate is, sometimes it's called Ultimate Frisbee, but Frisbee's a brand name. So ultimate is a game that you play with a flying disc. They do have professional leagues of ultimate flying disc game, so this disc does meet with the professional standards for that particular sport. Let's take a look at the underside of the disc. This is where your control center is. Right here is your charging center. If you lift this little tab, just like it says there, you open it up, that is where the charge cord is going to go. Other than that, here are the 2 functions that you're going to look at: brightness and timer. So here's how brightness works. Every time you push this button, it's going to activate the light here. So it starts off on no light. So that means no matter how hard you throw it, the lights rings on the inside here are not going to light up. Underneath here, if you press that button a second time, you can see that the LED light moves up to dim. So when you move it, it lights up, but it's not super bright. And this only lights when it's thrown. When it's in the air, you can see as I move it, it's going to light up. The next push here brings it to bright, which makes it a little bit brighter. You can see a little bit of a difference there. And then here is super bright. Definitely the easiest one to see. So you can use this in daylight and see the lights, but it is even cooler after dark. A couple more things to say about this light when it is set, when you're thinking about which brightness to use for the light. For one, if you are going to be using the TOSY Flying Disc in complete darkness, you can actually get away with using the dim light setting. And the cool thing about using the dim light setting for this is that you are going to be able to play with it the longest and get the most out of your battery. Now, if you're going to be using bright or super bright, that's probably either when you want the effect of the absolute brightest light, or if you're playing it in a very dark situation. The other thing is, if the battery is low, you will not be able to select super bright or bright mode. It's going to default to the dim mode because it's going to save battery at all times. Now let's talk about the timer modes. Here is the timer right here on the disc. It's the one that's on the right hand side. Here's how the timer works. When it is set at T0, which is the default mode right here, the only time the disc is going to light up is when it is in flight. So when it feels or senses motion, that's when the disc is going to light up. That's why you see when I turned it over, it actually lights up a little bit. The other modes here are T1, T2, and T3, and you switch those by pushing the button. You can see the little LED light move from 0 to Ultimate, which is the timing that you would want to play the Sport Ultimate. T2 is Ultimate 7, and T3 is the 8-second setting. For those of you interested in learning how to play Ultimate Frisbee, you can see right here by the description, T1 and 2 are set for that. Now, the time for T1 is that the disc is going to flash for 10 seconds when it is not in motion. Now, I'm just going to show you how this works. Right now, I've shut the light off on my camera so that you can see the disc light a little bit better. You can see how well it's lit up. I have it on super bright right now. Setting wise, you can see that it is currently set at T10 or Ultimate. When you play Ultimate Frisbee, when one player passes a disc to his or her teammate, you have 10 seconds to actually get rid of or make a move with disc. So when the 10 seconds period is in motion, the outside of this disc is going to flash nice and bright so that people know that they have a countdown for when they have to move the disc somehow. Now you can also see in here, it's got like a low-key glow that's going on. The other timer you have in here is T2. So now on T2, which is for Ultimate 7, that makes the game of Ultimate a little bit more difficult because your time frame for being able to move the disc changes from 10 seconds to 7 seconds. And if you go up to T3, which is 8 seconds, you have 8 seconds to move the disc before it stops lighting up. There's also another really cool feature on this disc. In T0 and T8, there is lost mode, which means that the disc is going to blink for 5 minutes to help you locate it. Now, lost mode is not available when you are playing Ultimate, either T1 or T2. So you do have the option of being able to find the lost disc when you are playing in either T0 or T3. Now, I'm just gonna move the disc around so you can get an idea of how bright this is. Pretty awesome. And you see that the disc lights are only blue. That's why you have to select the option for the color, whether you want blue, red, or green. There are also some multi-packs available where you can actually purchase not just one disc, but both discs or all 3 colors in the same package. I think this disc is really, really cool. I love the choice of colors. I love that it has the lost function so that if it ever sits for any particular length of time without being interacted, for 5 minutes, it's going to flash as a beacon to help you find wherever it landed. I love that I can change the brightness so that I can actually get a full game of Ultimate out of this, and I love the feeling of this disc. It's a nice, high quality construction disc. It doesn't feel flimsy. You can clearly see the lights around the outside as it's lit up, and the instructions on the back are really easy to follow. The little LED lights indicate exactly which time and which mode you are in, and I think that is also genius. If you were looking for a really cool Ultimate disc or addition to use at camp or in an open field for fun at night or even in the daytime, this TOSY Flying Disc is awesome. I can't wait to try it out at camp. I think this is definitely going to up the ante at all of our summer vacation family gatherings, and it's definitely going to be a family favorite at my house. What's up, everyone? Thanks for stopping by my YouTube channel. I really appreciate you taking the time to check out my product reviews. It means a lot. Now, if you want to get your hands on that really great product I just showed you, I've linked it for you in the description below. Make sure you don't miss any more fresh product reviews by clicking subscribe and turning on your notifications. That way you'll get notified every time I post fresh content. And if you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up, because that way YouTube knows you want to see more of my content. By the way, don't forget to cannonball and do what you love.